Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary. It is Thursday, December the 28th, and the Canucks take the ice finally after a 5-day Christmas break against the once mighty Chicago Blackhawks. Yes, these Blackhawks are not the same Blackhawks. They still have some of the same players, but they are not doing the same in the standings, at least not what we're used to. They are out of a playoff spot as we speak. Of course, our Vancouver Canucks are out of a playoff spot as we speak, but I think you'd agree the teams have vastly different expectations. I'm going to talk about the Hawks in a couple minutes. A couple of things I want to talk about the Canucks. Firstly, they are 1-8 since they've lost Bo Horvat to injury. Yes, one win in their last 9 games. In that span, they've been outscored 44-20. So that's not good. It doesn't take a math expert to see that that's more than a 2-to-1 ratio they're being outscored at. And obviously, they miss Horvat in all aspects of the game. Power play, penalty kill, and of course, even strength. Brandon Sutter's still hurt. They keep moving the goalpost of when he's going to come back, so hopefully that's going to be within the next week or so. And, of course, Sven Baertschi is also out. Chris Tanev is almost in. I talked about him yesterday, but it sounds like he will not be playing tonight, so we don't have that 8 defenseman dilemma, but we do have the 7 defenseman dilemma. And that's because today Travis Green said that he could see himself going with 7 defensemen once again tonight, meaning 11 forwards. So to me, if that's the case, that means he simply can't choose which defenseman to take out. Likely candidates would be Alex Biega, Troy Stecher, or Derek Pouliot. And I think all 3 of those guys are playing well enough that Green can't take them out. So what do? Instead, you take out a guy like Reed Boucher, who will likely be the 12th, the forward that does sit if the Canucks actually go with 7 defensemen. And it was interesting to hear Green talk about the fact that when you have 11 forwards and 7 defensemen as your 18 skaters, he said from the forwards' perspective, it's actually not that complicated. And I can see what he means. When you take out the penalty kill and the power play, those things that mess up the rhythm of a game, with only 11 forwards, you can double shift an extra, either center or winger on that so-called fourth line, and that way one of your better players like a Besser or Virtanen even might get more minutes than usual. So that's one way that you can work with forwards, or you can simply not even skate the fourth line and then just roll 3 lines over and over. So I can see how, from a forwards perspective, if you truly, don't have that 7th defenseman as a 12th forward, I can see where it gives you a lot of flexibility actually up front. On the D side, it's a little more complicated, and Travis Green hinted as much. He said defensive coach Nolan Baumgartner has more juggling to do with 7 D-men. Again, this is it, presuming you don't play that 7th D-man as a 12th forward. Now you have, obviously, 3 pairs plus 1. So is it subbing 3 guys within 2 spots, keeping kind of your top 4 and then subbing the bottom 3? Or is it, there's other ways to do it, I guess, but it doesn't become as clean and becomes more of a challenge to get guys equal ice time. You're not going to play a D-man only in 8 or 9 minutes. Obviously, the simple math dictates the average ice time for a defenseman is 20 minutes. So, we'll see what happens when it comes to that. But regardless, I think it's a real statement about the lack of depth in the forwards if the Canucks continue to roll 7 D-men as opposed to 6. Regardless, we'll see. I love Biega, and Biega is usually the likely candidate to swap back and forth between forward and D because he's versatile enough to do so, and I love seeing him actually getting in on the forecheck on the 4th line. He's obviously a better candidate to play up front than any of the other 6 D-men that would dress tonight. Speaking of dressing tonight, it will be Jacob Markstrom in net once again as Anders Nilsson looks to find his game once again. And speaking of goalies, one thing I wanted to really end off on. Oh, one other thing. I'm going to the game tonight. I forgot to mention that right off the start. So I'm going to the game tonight with my lovely wife, Gail. Excited to be in the arena. And very excited as well because my parody song partner in crime, Marie Huey, will be singing the anthems today before the game. So make sure you get to the game on time or before if you're going to the game. And make sure you turn on your TV on time if you're watching at home so you can see my wonderfully amazing, talented friend, Marie, absolutely crush the anthems. And is it okay if you say crush the anthems? That's not disrespectful, right? Or if you want to see her brilliantly perform the anthems, how's that? Okay, so I'm going with Gail. That's cool. Going to see Marie. That's cool. Hope to see Canucks win. I don't know about that because the Canucks are facing a backup goalie. And you know my theory. I think a lot of people share this theory. For some reason, whenever the Vancouver Canucks play against the number 2 goalie, or God forbid, the number 3 or number 4 goalie in an organization, they always make that goalie seem like a Vezina trophy candidate. The Canucks usually either get shut out or they only score 1 or 2 goals, and the goalie has like a 950, 960 save percentage. And it's not for lack of effort. The Canucks always seem to pepper the opposing team when there's a backup goalie in the net. But for whatever reason, the Canucks rarely come out with the win. So with all the injuries, maybe that's a foregone conclusion anyways, but I'll be really interested to see how goaltender Anton Forsberg, yes, not Peter Forsberg, not Philip Forsberg, Anton Forsberg plays for the Chicago Blackhawks. This season he's appeared in 11 games and he has 1 win. In his career, he's played 21 games. He has 2 wins. Do the math. That's 1 out of every 10 games that he wins, either this season or in his career. Vancouver Canucks, I beseech you, I implore you, I ask you, I beg of you, do not make for an easy night for Anton Forsberg. Pepper him with shots. Get to the net. Get pucks on the net. Get bodies to the net. Get everything to the net. And most importantly, get a puck in the net. Get lots of pucks in the net. I want to be in a good mood tonight. I want to see the Blackhawks lose. I want to see the Canucks win. I want to see Marie sing well. Sing do well doesn't make sense. I want to see Marie sing well, and I want to have a great time with my lovely wife, Gail. That doesn't sound right. You know what I mean. I want to watch a great game with my lovely wife, Gail. Okay, that's not too much to ask. I know it's past Christmas, but we still celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas. Coming up to New Year's, we'd love to see a great New Year's gift, a great Christmas gift, and seeing the Vancouver Canucks start a new run, and defeat the once mighty Chicago Blackhawks. Have a great day, Canucks fans. Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on tonight's game. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. God bless, and go Canucks go.